More than 9 years later, teachers across the country are still waiting on government to fulfill this particular obligation, which is as part of a Memorandum of Understanding signed in 2006. The debunching agreement was intended to cater for salary increases, whereas teachers will be paid based on their years of experience. This is to ensure that a teacher who was trained 10 years ago will not be paid the same salary as a headmaster or mistress who was trained after that. The monies owed to teachers now amount to billions of dollars.
Nothing has happened since we would have had the change of government. And teachers, when you hear something and then there's nothing else happening, teachers get very worried, they get very concerned. And so those persons whose names were mentioned, they have been calling and calling and calling and calling, and all we can say to them, no, nothing is happening as yet.
That was Coretta MacDonald, General Secretary of the Ghana Teachers Union. She explained that while the union is patient, considering the change of government, teachers will not be waiting long after the 2015 budget to get answers about their monies.
Has there been any indication given that the debunching monies would be paid from the 2015 budget?
No indication as such, because we have not been able to touch on that with the Minister of State or the Minister of Finance. We touched that with the Minister of Education, but of course he would not be able to speak for the Minister of Finance, so we are still waiting.
Some progress has been made though, with regards to those duty-free concessions for teachers.
We would have had maybe 45, we would have had 45 head teachers who were supposed to be issued with their approval for duty-free concessions. Those 30 of the sets were approved, 50 were not approved.
Despite its stern position to get the debunching monies and duty-free concessions granted, the GTU is pleased with the approach taken by the relatively new Minister of Education, Dr. Rupert Rupnarine.
As a matter of fact, we are going to be having a separate committee set up between the Ministry of Education and the GTU. And this committee, they're going to be working on and off and around the clock. They're going to be looking at all the issues that are affecting us.
Rehan Ahmad, HGP Nightly News.